Greetings, chess friends. Today, another hidden gem that we have found, needle in a haystack that we have found here today. One of the finest games, let me say the finest moves I've ever seen. This game is unique for a few reasons. First, white, by move 11, has moved all of his pawns. 8 pawns have moved, each one, at least once, by the 11th move. Unbelievable when you think about that. And it also contains one of the most venomous, innocent looking, but deadly moves I've ever seen. So let's jump into the game. Two Grandmasters here. Dennis Wagner of Germany, very strong player, world top 200. And a bit of an older, previous generation, Predrag Nikolic. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Representing Bosnia-Herzegovina. Okay, here we go. We have the classic Indian setups here, Nimzo Indian, defense, and F3. Usually pretty unbalanced dynamic when we play F3. Of course, the idea is to play E4, and these lines have gotten popular in the King's Indian, here in Nimzo Indian, and it's a good option for white. A3, capture, capture. If you're keeping track, we have played 6 moves now, and white still has to move a few more pawns to accomplish what I mentioned earlier. H6, C takes D5, E takes D5, E3, okay, 2 more pawns, no pieces off the back rank. Knight E2, I know what you're thinking, G4, but not yet. Castles G4. And funny enough, this move actually induces a mistake, and black plays bishop H7. A very natural move. Not easy to tell why that's a mistake, but like I said, 11 moves in here, and every white pawn has moved at least once. 8 pawns have moved, and we moved our knight and knight, really 9 pawn moves as we captured on D5. So 11 moves. Don't try this at home. This is not a perfect chess strategy, but that's the point of the video. It's fun to see a grandmaster really kind of breaking the rules, so to speak, in winning a nice miniature here. Knight E8, not a fun move to have to play. Obviously, these pawns are coming. White has essentially saying my king is safe where it is. My king is safe. So that's what it all comes down to. Can I move those pawns? Knight E8. Knight F4. Still not developing too much, but we know some pieces have to wake up. G5. What a move. Because we're only goal here for white is to break open a file or break open the king side here. We really don't care if it costs us a pawn, which it does. Here we go. H takes, queen takes, and mission accomplished. I often tell students that if at the cost of a pawn, if you lose 1 pawn, but you open a file on their king side, actually we open 2 files here, that's a good price to pay. 1 pawn for an open file, I'll gladly pay it. Because oftentimes this is how checkmate attacks begin, right? We're not just winning immediately, actually we are, but we still have quite a bit of work to do and add more pieces. Now, here is the moment where white plays the sneakiest, most venomous move I feel like I've ever seen. And I just picture him pushing this with 1 finger as sly as can be. So I hope we've given you a little time to think about it, but white plays the best move here. Rook A2. How sneaky is that? You just push it with 1 finger, and all of a sudden, black realizes, gulp, this is scary. This rook is coming either to G2 or to H2 and doubling, and black just gets out of there. I did want to show one variation, a natural-looking move, queen G3 check, but that sneaky rook actually comes over and just blocks. And whatever black does, any natural move, the next move is going to get the queen out of there, and then the fun just continues. Let's say queen G5, computer is giving queen takes H3, but a human would play queen G5, and then we have obviously the king is still safe. The rook coming to h2 is the best move. So, wow, rook h2. Here's the game. Queen d8, rook a h2. Doubling the rooks here, and still a funny position with these pieces unmoved. But nonetheless, we're threatening the bishop, and it just can't move. It can't move. If you move, it's checkmate in one. Simple enough. So knight f6, guarding the bishop, and here another haymaker from white, and again the best move. Queen c2. Stunning move. If rook a2 was sly and sneaky, full of poison, then queen c2 is right in your face. Take my queen if you want. Obviously, the same trick occurs, checkmate in one. Easy to see. So this move, very, very nice, and the best move again. g6, black is in a bad situation. This is a pawn dressed up like a bishop. It just looks terrible, and the hits just keep coming. Rook takes that pawn. Rook takes h7, and now knight takes. What else are you going to do? But the h file. Remember when I said giving up one pawn to open a file is worth it? Look how much use white has made of these files, the h file specifically, but in some variations it could have been the g file. Really, really nice. The doubled rooks, now queen and rook battery. This is just over. You can't move the knight, that same queen h8 checkmate, and white plays rook e8, giving the king some room to run. This one's over though, folks. Queen takes knight. King f8, the only legal move. We always need to be precise here. He plays queen h6, which forces the king out. Again, you can't go to g8 due to queen h8 checkmate. King e7 then, and queen g5. Here is where black resigned. It's deadly. You're not getting to safety going this way. Notice bishop h3 is coming as well as queen d5. Perhaps if you go back, this is just checkmate. One nice move coming here, knight h5. King takes is the only move. Check and checkmate on the next move. So there's just no surviving here after queen g5 here. Black resigned this game in just 22 moves. Fascinating game. I like these games at a high level, of course, but it seems to break a lot of the rules. Really a cool one there from Dennis Wagner. Amazing. Thank you all very much for watching. I'm going to keep trying to find some of these nice games, and hopefully we're learning together. Let me know what you think in the comments, and definitely subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much.